Coming back where we left off, this is part 2, the last 30 minutes of the race, and we have now driven over an hour and 1 minute, 29 to go, and Kim is doing good in 5th, or 3rd in Tier 2, 4th for JC in Tier 2, 5th for Jamie, and I think 3rd for Mitsos. Yep, I think 3rd for Mitsos. Rocker there. Has stayed out of trouble, and that car is looking sexy as ever, and doesn't need any new paint yet. I'm not saying that because I know he's gonna crash, but you know, the commentator's curse can strike any moment, and he can just send the car right into the wall and through Narnia. As we hear the screaming rotary engine of Tom Nixon's Mazda RX. And we see Ben right behind them, very keen to get himself up into 10th place now. Very few accidents so far in this race, if any at all. Maybe a couple of spins, and we've been at the spins as they've happened. So no actual need for any instant replays, so that's good. I like that. As we see, Jason is trying, well, no, Jason hasn't been lapped by Nightmare or anything. Nightmare is on the same lap as him, trying to fight for position. I'm not a Beetle fan usually, but the engine from that Beetle is one of the most aggressive and sexy sounds I've heard out on track. Sounds better from other cars and replay angles. Can't hear it very well from Nightmare's car yet. Oh, as we see Nightmare! Keeps that car planted in the drift. Gary now with bingo fuel. He will have to go in the pit shortly, as we see Blue there. Also starting to get bingo on fuel. But definitely not giving up. We've had one disconnect so far, and I'm very proud that a lot of the racers have upheld that request and order to not quit, and Coolio has unfortunately disconnected. And I remember that because he left the lobby quite fast, and that only happens with disconnect. So unfortunate for Coolio, of course, as we see Kim and Jules both going into the pits. And Kim has more fuel. Who comes out first? As we see, Kim is right behind Jules. About to take the fight to Jules. It's been a very long time alone on track for both of these gentlemen. And now Kim is closing in the American. 2 muscle cars, 1 American, 1 German. And we have Jamie still doing very good in 6th position here as far as well. As we see Blue into the pit, filling up his tank. Doing very good. And Ronan is closing in, but he has worn tires. So I think Blue might be able to run away from Ronan. As we see, Gary is running low on fuel, so he might need some more go-go bam-bam juice in a short while as he comes through the, no, not the final corner. Let's see if he goes into the pits. He must be desperate for fuel. As we see Gary in with 3% left, and where does that put Blue? Will he come out just behind Gary again? Will he finally snag first? As we see Gary is through the first corner there, and Blue there. So Gary has planned this very well. As we see Ronan very low on fuel. We have Kim and Jules just a little bit longer, I think. Or maybe Kim is going to go for a move quite soon. Just going to look down the fuel real quick and just check that there's no other battles on track. As we see, JC is closing in on Jamie. Mitsos, we have Ben in front of Tom. So we've missed that overtake. Rocker. And Jason still staying ahead of Nightmare. Revs, Frogman about to be lapped by Blue. So let's go down to Jules and Kim. And I think Kim is not making a move just yet, or maybe he is. And we see JC very eager to get past Jamie. Will he be able to do so on the uphill section where the AMG does have a lot more power? Oh, goes very wide. And I think he loses a little bit. Kim still hasn't been able to make a dent on Jules. As we see, JC is running low on fuel. How about Jamie? Jamie has a lot more fuel. And I think JC has, I think JC has forgotten to take on fuel in his previous pit stop. As we follow Kim and Jules. And no move yet. What about JC and Jamie? Jamie still staying ahead of JC. I don't think JC is going to fight it too much because he is running out of fuel. Kim is still not close enough to Jules. So we're gonna stick with JC and Jamie for a little bit longer. And Jamie's doing a remarkable job of keeping, as I say that, JC passes him on the right-hander. Will it be enough? He's still behind, but it was a ballsy move. Ronan into the pits with 6% left, coming out on new set of super soft and 31% left of fuel. As we see, JC is still on the hunt. He has not given up. He wants 6th place. But then again, they both have to pit very soon for fuel. And JC is not giving in. Kim is falling off a little bit. I think Jules has a little bit better grip in that AMG Merc, as we see Blue coming up to lap Rocker. Is he gonna go for an aggressive move again? Rocker just puts himself to the side on a little straight, which is the right thing to do. Overtaking in the corner is not preferable, as we see him going very deep on the grass. And then he cuts Rocker off. That's great. I don't know how I like that, but I do know that Rocker was probably aware of it. Ronan in 3rd, still hasn't made a dent in Blue. Jules. And we have JC in front of Jamie. Let's take a look back at Jamie and JC. What in the world happened? Did Jamie just miss the turn? And JC just goes in for a very good dive and snags 6th place. Coming back with Mitzos, as we see him going very aggressively over the curbs. The DBR does not like that. Ben in 9th. Rocker is catching up. Tom, very low on fuel. We'll have to go in for some more explosive Bam Bam juice very soon. Nightmare in 12th, ahead of Jason now in 13th. I think, yeah, these two have been into the pits. The tires are very fresh. Oh, as we see, who was that? As we try to find the culprit, Ronan has spun. Let's see what happened with Ronan. Goes very wide out of turn. Oh, ho, ho, ho. The guardrail just clips his rear tire and puts the car into spin. Wow. Fatigue is probably setting in, so yeah, wow. As we see Kim very close to Jules. Will Kim make a move? Looks like Jules has him on this section of the track. See Blue Razor into the pits now with 10% left on his fuel tank. just taking a splash of fuel. I think he intends to go for a fastest lap. As we follow Jules and Kim. Very close between them. Oh, Jules going very wide into the last turn. Oh, such a pressured mistake from Jules. He got pressured by Kim. Probably forgot his braking point and just went right off. As we see JC into the pits finally to fill up his tank. Coming out there with 21%. As we see Jamie into the pits with full damage. What? Let's take a look with Jamie. What in the world has happened to Jamie? Fuel is critical and how did he get damage? Goes into the pits and and smashes into the pit wall. Oh. Oh, luckily the car didn't glitch out on the track, as we see Mitso's going very slideways there. Ben catching up to Mitso's slowly but surely. Rocker about to be lapped by Blue. Again. Rocker did unlap himself. And Rocker lets him through like a lapped car should. Very good drive from Rocker. Highly experienced and a pleasure to race against. Tom Nixon in 11th. Nightmare about to be lapped by Ronan, I believe, as he goes into the pits. Jason about to be lapped by Ronan. Coming up on the last 5 minutes of the race, lap 55. This is where everyone hammers down the throttle, the gas pedal, whatever you call it. Uses every last inch of drop of fuel that they have left in their tanks. As we see, Gary is a little bit better on fuel than Blue at the moment. Gary's tires are looking a little tiny bit better than Blue. So there could be a fight towards the end with these two, as we see Ronan still in third with Kim closing up in fourth. Jules in fifth, hasn't been able to recover after his unfortunate off. JC still staying in sixth with Jamie in seventh. Luckily, the mechanics managed to fix that car in the pits. Mitsos still trying to hang in there on the 8th position. Ben, Rocker, and Tom. Tom looking low on fuel. Nightmare Racer has stayed out of trouble and is actually looking good to complete his first race, I believe. He's been unlucky with mechanical issues all season and has not been able to... What? Is that Ronan? Taking a look with Ronan as he cuts over the chicane. What in the world is that man doing? That is such a rookie mistake from the veteran. What? I am stumped. What in the world is he doing? The champion of Tier 2 has spun with Kim coming in very close there. What in the world, Ronan? As we see, Jason is trying to get out of Kim's way as he tries to hunt down Ronan. But wow, that is so surprising. What in the world happened? I think he just missed the braking point or something and just cut over, and then the car just spun after that. I am lost for words. As we see, Kim is going for a move on the outside. Ronan does have him covered off. Stupid spoilers in the way. That AMG is very, very rapid in the acceleration stages. Wow. We'll come back to these two shortly. Jules 5th, JC 6th with Jammy right behind. And Mitzo's there. Ben, Rocker, Tom, Nightmare, Jason. Frog still hasn't, Revs still hasn't given up as he slows down for the top 3. As we see Kim spinning! What happened with Kim? Let's take a look back. I think he just caught the curb. Maybe got a little too distracted by Revs, slowing down in the chicane, and yeah, losing straight up to Ronan. And we have Frogman still staying in there, lap 53, 57 for the rest. As we take a look with Blue and Gary, there is 1.5 minutes remaining on this race. I think there will be another lap for Gary and Blue. They will definitely go for another lap around. As we see Blue probably cutting a little bit more than he should and punching that penalty up to 2 seconds. Who has the most fuel? Will they have enough to finish the race? Or will they have to jump in for a splash and dash? Very dangerous strategy from them both. Gary could end up losing P1 and Blue can end up winning P1. Gary goes around for yet one more lap. He's got a fuel save like absolute crazy and like a madman. As we see Blue into the pits. He did not have enough. Gary has secured first place. Congratulations, Gary, on an amazing win. Was close there in the end, but congratulations. Very well done. Blue Racer, you tried and you did your absolute finest to try and catch up, but the McLaren just wasn't strong enough to catch up to the American car today. But that didn't stop you from trying, and a very well-deserved second place to you, sir. Ronan has done very well as well, even though the ending looks a bit clumsy. But first place for Ronan in Tier 2, as he gets himself a little half-second penalty as he goes over the line to finish the race of Tier 2. Kim gets a second place in Tier 2, so well done to him as well. Jules gets a third. So a good job for the Julesman, the burger eater. I'm alive, guys. He's alive. And we have JC in 4th with Jammy in 5th. And I believe Mitzos is in 3rd, Tier 3. And Ben in 6th, I believe, in Tier 2. So, thank you all for watching, and that was the finale of Season 6 2020. Come back for 2021, and we will see you again soon. Bye-bye, and love you all. Stay safe.